Our great president, John Mormon, the master of pandemic.
Greetings and welcome to our spring fling, the first annual, maybe annual, spring fling. Excuse my appearance. I'm on a golf trip in North Carolina, enjoying some Carolina sun. I think this is a great idea that Rick and Sharon and I had to bring everybody together, have some, create some levity during this time of pandemic that's almost over. And let's see, I wanted to thank all the people that provided acts. There, you'll see some unusual talents and some real talented Rotarians, and some of you all will probably be surprised at how talented some people are, and you weren't aware of those talents. I wanted to also thank Cedar Knoll and Tempo for the excellent food, Alexandria Symphony, and Rick. I didn't think he could up himself on Taste for Giving, but he did it again. I've talked about his creativity, and he just goes to a lot of work. He makes things special, and we're all lucky. You'll see in a second. I pledge of allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now, from Hawaii, we have Reverend Mason with the invocation.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Let us pray. Creator God, you are the source of all the gifts and talents of men and women around the world. Tonight, as we gather for our talent show, we're especially grateful for the gifts and talents of the members of our club and for their willingness to share them. May this time be a time of levity and also a time of growth for us as we grow in fellowship one with another. May this time be a time that helps us to grow into the vision of Rotary as men and women who care for one another and care for the world in which we live. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Thank you very much. And now, Harry Henderson, our district governor.
Hello, fellow Rotarians. This is your district governor, Harry Henderson. I am anxious to see all your talents on display this evening. When Rick showed me the lineup of remarkable acts, it just confirmed to me what incoming Rotary International President Sikar Mehta told me during our discussions last fall. He said the Rotary Club of Alexandria has a well-deserved worldwide reputation, and that when he was president of the Rotary Club of Calcutta, they tried to emulate your club's success by adopting the news, weather, and stock market report with their local attorney, Gant Patel. And you all have fun this evening.
All right. Well, thank you, Harry. That was very kind of you. I hope you enjoy the show tonight, and it will be, it is being recorded and will be put up there for posterity on YouTube. Well, yes, indeed. I am Rick Endries, our Master of Ceremonies. I almost forgot how to tie a tie, so I put it on tonight for a little, just to see if I could restrict the flow of blood in my neck, and it still works. Now we've got a packed evening, and I want to just share with you again, as our President John did, just a thank you to Serge and to Wendy over at Tempo, getting all these great meals out. And Andrew and Christopher doing the fabulous job at Cedar Knoll, and Jessica, their event manager. We got, I just finished a great meal. My wife just had a, what do you have, honey?
I had the steak, but I also had this incredible, the carrot bisque that was,
Your head's out of the picture.
oh, sorry, carrot ginger bisque.
Yeah, carrot
Head's out of the
ginger.
picture. Which way? This way.
So we're having the yeah, we're actually gonna have our daughter's graduation there in a couple of weeks. That'll be pretty great having their event in their botanical room. We were having some big prizes for this event, and I can tell you that the Rotary Board had put aside $17,000 for the top acts, but when Jim Carmelt got involved, we realized that it would just end up going to him. So the board instead voted just to give it the Companion Center. So we're going to start up with our former president and stalwart of our group and realtor to the stars. If you're looking for property and cool stuff in Old Town particularly, you'll talk to Paul Anderson. And Paul, take it away, please.
Hey,
All right, Paul, thank you, man.
well done, Paul.
So we want to start off strong, and now we're going to move to Paul and Jacqueline Hartley, and this is one heck of a lovely couple, and they spend a good deal of time up on their toes doing polkas, German polkas from the Salzburg area. And
Hi, my name is Paul Hartley, and this is my wife Jacqueline. We have been part of the Alexandria Rotary community since 2006, and we've been doing German folk dancing for much longer than that. We are involved in putting on performances throughout the Washington, D.C. area.
Oh, cute.
Music, please.
Oh my God, they're so cute.
Oh, great.
I'm being told that the acts aren't coming through. Is that true?
Oh, I've got it. It's fine for me.
All right, Sharon says I'm coming through green. Anybody else see me as green?
No.
No, you're fine. Yeah,
you're
it's fine
good.
until it stopped.
Come on, get on with
Get the
it. Get up.
dancing.
All right, Sharon, I'm starting to freak out there. So just color me in with some of those taupe colors. Here we go. And try it one more time with feet. Whoop, let's go back. Let's go back and get her going.
Oh my God.
Ouch, ouch.
That was wonderful.
Hey, well done.
Now,
All right, we can all go home now.
well, I thought that was so great that I went back to Paul and Jacqueline and said, okay, we're going to need an encore. So that will be waiting for you, but they get it dressed in lederhosen. So a little spoiler alert, it gets pretty exciting later.
Like dessert.
So it's like a dessert. Okay, so now I'm giving prime real estate here to Janet Barnett, because bless her heart, she was the first to participate. She brought family along and made this thing fun. So she is our sunshine, and she sings "You Are Our Sunshine." Janet, hit it.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear Rotarians, please don't take my sunshine away. All right, Rick Enders, there you go. You'd say we didn't need talent for the talent show. What you didn't say is we needed to have lots of nerve. Anyway, have a great evening, Rotarians. Mwah.
All right. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Very good.
Now, she has talent like all through the family, and her son has, who's speaking, her brother, who's speaking to us on Wednesday, I believe, his son, Mo Saffron, is singing Lionel Richie's Easy. So Janet's family rocks on here.
No sounds funny, but I just can't stand the pain. Girl, I'm leaving you alone. It seems to me, girl, you know that I've done all I can. I bet I stole, I borrowed. Why I'm easy.
I don't know, he's gonna hear it.
Lazy like Sunday morning. Why I'm easy. I'm easy like why in the world anybody put chains on me? I paid my dues to make it. Everybody else will be what they want me to be. But I'm not happy then I try to fake it. Oh, why I'm easy. Easy like Sunday morning. Why I'm easy. Easy like Sunday morning. Only high, so high. Only freedom, all the things I do are just me. Easy like Sunday morning.
All right, Mo.
Woo!
Yeah. Well, Mo and I have two things in common. We both like Lionel Richie, and I used to have hair like that.
Oh.
Now, Janet Barnett's keeping the trifecta alive here. She has, we had a lot of submissions for cute babies. And fortunately, I apologize to the rest of you. I couldn't use it when this baby came in because Janet Barnett's grandson beat you all. So he's, I thought the act was a drooling act, but she assures me it's a giggling act.
Uh-uh.
Look at the dimples. Little belly.
I don't know. Let's do a vote. Is it drooling or giggling that wins? But I have to tell you, I think
Talented kid.
I'm a little worried at the parenting issue here. You know, we're telling the kid, "Uh-oh," and he's just laughing in the face of authority. Hey, little guy, what's that bong under your bed? You know, and just starts giggling. No, come on. Laughing at authority. I don't think that's good. All right, now for a very serious note, we have Maury Hoban and Farrelleghi. Maury, as you know, is the one of the great drywall contractors of our region, and drywalled that new wing of the Sistine Chapel. And Farrelleghi, counselor extraordinaire, they're going to take it down a little bit and just get serious with a dramatic reading. So everyone, settle in. Here we go.
Hey, Abbott! What? I understand they made you manager of this here whole great team. Why not? So you're the manager, huh? I'm the manager. Well, you know, I'd like to be able to get these guys' names so when I meet them on the street or in the ballpark, I'll be able to say, hey. All right. Well, I'll introduce you to the boys. They give them funny names, though. Well, I know they give these ball players awful funny names. Well, let's see. On the team, we have who's on first, what's on second. I don't know is on third. Wait a minute. You're the manager, right? Yes, sir. You know the guy's name? I'm telling you their names. Well, who's on first? Yep. Go ahead, tell me. The guy on first.
They're so
Who?
cute.
The guy playing first base. Who is on first base? What are you asking me for? I'm asking you. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. You ain't telling me nothing. I'm asking you, who's on first? That's it. Well, go ahead and tell me. Who? What's the guy's name on first base? No, what's the guy's name on second base? I'm not asking you who's on second. No, who's on first? That's what I'm asking you. Who's on first? Now, wait a minute. Don't go changing the players. I'm not changing nobody. I asked you a simple question. What's the guy's name on first base? What's the guy's name on second base? I'm not asking you who's on second. Who's on first? I don't know. He's on third. Now, we're not talking about him. Look, you got a first baseman, right? Yes. Then tell me the fellow's name playing first base. Who? The guy playing first. That's his name. What's the guy's name on first base? What's the guy's name on second base? Who's playing second? Who's playing first? I don't know. He's on third base. Third base, I know. Yeah. You got an outfield? Sure. The left fielder's name. Why? Well, I just thought I'd tell you. The left fielder's name? Why? Because. Oh, he's center field. Oh. Told you all these players got Well, all I'm trying to figure out is what's the guy's name in left field.
Yeah. What's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know. Third base. You got a pitcher on it.
Wouldn't be a fine team without a pitcher.
What's his name?
Tomorrow.
You don't want to tell me today?
I'm telling you,
Go ahead.
tomorrow.
What time?
What time what?
What time tomorrow are you going to tell me the pitcher's name?
Now listen, who is not?
I'll break your arm. You tell me who's on first. I want to know what's the pitcher's name.
What's on second?
I don't know.
Third base.
You got a catcher?
Sure,
Then what's the catcher's name?
today.
Today. You want to tell me tomorrow?
I'm telling you,
So the catcher's name
today.
today and tomorrow's pitching.
Now you've got it.
Now we've got
Look out.
Great job.
Come off mute and laugh.
I've sat with Farrelegi at his table, and I can see how Maury gets so frustrated with him because those attorneys, you know, they keep it going, 300 to $400 an hour. Why not? Just keep it rolling.
Very good, very good.
All right. Now, I moved Jim Carmel to a little later in the show because he is a showstopper, but we are bringing him on again for an encore. And so don't all go home after this performance. He will be back. So Jim, you're up, buddy. This is, he's playing the keyboard using the dulcet tones as he sings The Night We Met.
A certain night, the night we met, there was magic abroad in the air. There were angels dining at the Ritz, and a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square.
Hello?
I'm
Yes.
right. I may be wrong, but I'm perfectly willing to swear that when you turn and smiled at me.
Sorry, I'm going to get this over here so I can mute people if need be. Back to the show.
A nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. The moon that lingered over London town, poor puzzled moon, he wore a frown. How could he know we two were so in love? The whole darn world seemed upside down. The streets of town
Up to 36.
were paved with stars. It was such a romantic affair. And as we kissed and said goodnight, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. When dawn came stealing up all golden blue to interrupt our rendezvous, I still remember how you smiled and said, was that a dream or was it true? Our homeward step was just as light as the tap dancing feet of a stair, and like an echo far away, Nightingale sang in Bartley. Nightingale sang in Bartley. Nightingale sang in Bartley.
Wow.
Fabulous job.
Man, oh man, that man has got some pipes. That was just beautiful. Thank you so much. Now we're going to bring it down a little bit and something for the kids. This is the TikTok. And thank you, Jim. Let's. So this is combining my love of fishing and my daughter's love of dancing and our enjoyment of playing tennis. So we were doing our TikToks while we're out playing tennis, and to the tunes of "Reel It In," a fishing song from Garage Room.
Grill it in. What? It's me and my friends. Go, bud. Walk in, walk out. Let's go. What? Hey, walk it out. Walk it out. What? Cha cha, cha cha. What?
All right. Now you might think it doesn't get any better than that in the world of TikTok, but John Mormon and his lovely daughter Lizzie have taken us on in a direct assault. And so here they come, and tell me what you think. Later on, we'll be voting the best TikToks. This is Beat It by P.A. Tizzy Arteezy. I think you all know P.A. Tizzy, so it's a, I don't have to explain to you this tune. Ready, John? Watch our president's moves. This guy's got real moves.
Now stop and let your homeboy hit it.
That's awesome. That's fabulous. What a cool dad.
When John gets his knees going, I'm thinking, okay, we're in for a good show, and then it just stops. So, but they're coming back with more. So don't take a bathroom break because you're going to miss them. Now, Denny Coons has a cautionary tale from another era. It's a dramatic reading. This is a little serious, but he's going to be our president of our club, and this is what we're in for. And Denny is doing a dramatic reading for us tonight. Everyone settle in, and this is only about a 22-minute reading.
Here's a very nice story about a man and his wife and the love between them. There was a man leaving a convenience store with his morning coffee when he noticed a most unusual funeral procession approaching the nearby cemetery. A black hearse was followed by a second black hearse, about 50 feet behind the first one. Behind the second hearse was a solitary man walking a dog on a leash. Behind him, a short distance back, were about 200 men walking in a single line. He couldn't figure out and couldn't stand the curiosity. Respectfully, he approached the man with the dog and said, "I'm sorry for your loss, and this may be a bad time to disturb you, but I've never seen a funeral like this. Whose funeral is it?" "My wife's." "Well, what happened to her?" "She yelled at me, my dog attacked her, and killed her."
Oh my word.
He further asked, "But who's the second hearse?" The man answered, "My mother-in-law. She was trying to help my wife when the dog turned on her." Oh. A very poignant and touching moment of brotherhood and silence passed between the two men. "Can I borrow your dog?" The dog owner said, "Get in line."
That's bad.
So that's what we got to look forward to in our next presidency of Rotary here. He's taking on Drew Carroll's humor. Now, this is pretty exciting. This is a mystery Rotarian who will be performing for us. And this is an act which doesn't have a name. I've labeled it a creature from Middle Earth. But you can call it what you will. This creature, which you've never seen anything like it in your life, this is something really special. And we're going to see this creature reappear. And at some point, we're going to be guessing who this Rotarian is. I'm not giving nothing away, but I can tell you that this Rotarian is singing England Swings by Roger Miller. It's very, very precious.
England swings like a pendulum do. Bobby's on the bicycles 2x2. Westminster Abbey, the big Ben, the rosy red cheeks of the little children. Now you have a cup and you finally save enough money and you take your family on a trip across the sea. Take a tip before you take your trip, and let me tell you where to go. Go to England. England swings like a pendulum do. Westminster Abbey, the Tower of Big Ben, the rosy red cheeks of the little children. Mama's old pajamas and your papa's mustache, falling out the windowsill, frolic in the grass, trying to mock away the talk fun, but all in vain. Gaping at the top of men with dirty hats and canes. England swings like a pendulum do. Bodies on bicycles 2x2. Westminster Abbey, the Tower of Big Ben, the rosy red cheeks of the little children. England swings like a pendulum do. Bobby's on bicycles 2x2. Westminster Abbey, the Tower of
That's
Big Ben,
brilliant.
the rosy red cheeks of the little children.
Okay,
Wow.
now I will tell you.
That should win the $17,000.
Yeah, well, this is an act which is something you shouldn't try at home. This takes years and years of development and practice. I am not going to tell you who it is, but I'm looking for guesses. Anybody want to unmute themselves and guess which Rotarian is this? We will reveal this at the end and see if anybody can get this. Any guesses?
Janet Barnett.
Janet Barnett's a very good guess. I am not confirming or denying at this stage, so there's our first guess. Any other guesses? I will tell you it can't be Janet Barnett because the voice is too low. All right.
It's got to be Sir Stewart because of the content, right?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
That's a good guess.
That's a very good guess. Any other guesses? We'll have an opportunity again as this performer returns. All right. Now, this is a story that will shock you from Drew Carroll Storytelling. This is a prominent attorney who knows how to spin a yarn to a judge. This is where he tells his most embarrassing moment. If you know anything about Drew Carroll, he has a lot of them. This is his most embarrassing. All right. He's telling the story in the office, so he's actually giving up billable hours to share this with us.
Hi, this is Drew Carroll, and this is my most embarrassing moment. It happened a number of years ago when my wife or my son Andrew was coming back from college his senior year with his girlfriend, a beautiful girl. And we went to the beach, Sherry and I, and Andrew and his girlfriend. We went to Murray Bonnet's place in Avalon, New Jersey. At night, we went out to dinner, had drinks, probably too many. We came home and we all went to bed. Middle of the night, I got up, I had to take a whiz. I go to the bathroom, I come out. And when I go back to find my bedroom, I look and there are 5 doors, all the same, all white doors. And I couldn't remember which one I came out of. So I remember the second from the end, I thought. So I went to the second from the end, I look inside and on the bed, I see my wife Sherry's back. So I hop in bed, my back hits hers, and I hear her scream, "What are you doing?" And it wasn't Sherry's voice. It was Susie's. I run from the bathroom or from the bedroom, find Sherry, hop into bed with her, and I said, "Honey, you will not believe what I just did." She said, "You did what?" I said, "I swear I did." So the next morning I get up, I go downstairs. Murray Bonnet is having a cup of coffee with newspaper. He's got a big grin on his face. I said, so the witch told you, didn't she? And he goes, yep. And his son Daniel was there, and Daniel said, yeah, Mr. Carroll, I don't think it was a mistake. And then Susie comes down, and I said, Susie, I am so sorry. And she said, oh, that's all right. To be honest, when I said that, she says, I thought it was Andrew hopping in your bed. And I said, what are you doing? I didn't know it was you until I saw you running from the room. And so a number of years later, I was telling the story, and Susie, I told the story how it went. I said, but at least I had my good boxers on when I ran from the bed. And Susie said, no, you didn't. You had tidy whities on. And the moral of this story is, get rid of all your tidy whities, because you never know when they're going to be there to embarrass you.
Yeah, Drew had to get all the paralegals in his office to assemble there and applause at the end. But some people say it's a little quiet. Some of these are quieter for you. I don't, if anybody's got a clue how you turn up volume on this thing. All I know is you got to turn your volume up maybe. Is Chris Herndon around at all to tell me that? All right.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything you can adjust.
I think he's off. I don't have adjustment on that. You have to turn your volume up on your end. Okay, now this is really something. Now this is, I asked for this specifically. This is our the librarian to the stars. This is Patrick O'Brien, the head librarian of all of Alexandria for many years, and he has now taken up a full-time life of wood carving, and he's demonstrating to about a bunch of woodchuck nerds how to make spinning tops. Now this goes into great detail and is really fascinating to watch, but I'm going to skip through it a little bit just to keep it within our 3.5 minute limit. So Pat, just watch him in action here. It's really cool. And look at the faces of rapt attention.
Okay. So
now his sound cuts out for just a little bit on his video, but it comes
little
back.
bit of design on them, two-sided design on the spin.
You might want to order some from him.
And the reason we're using this very hard maple is that we're going to be using a spiraling tool, miniature spiraling tool, to put the pattern in. And this spiraling tool works best in very hard wood. It doesn't fray, and it gives a nice deep design, which you'll see will be used in making the pattern. And we're going to use what I'm doing in turning is make sure that my tool rest is nice and clean and smooth on the top.
Here we go.
Start with about a 7.5 inch piece, and I can get 4 tops out of that one piece. I've already made 1 top out of that, so you can see each top that I do, the next top will be started. So this next top has already been started. I've got 1 top of that, like right here. Okay. So first order of business is to form the bottom, and I bring my tool rest.
All right, so here comes the good stuff right here, man.
Because right to the point.
Wow.
Okay, now, the one thing to remember about these points, right here, this point is very, very, very sharp. I don't want the tip to be very sharp because the first time it hits the ground, it'll chip off and it will not spin the right way. So I go back just a little bit again, and I make it just a bit less 40. I just I'll bring my spindle gouge like so, and just kind of rub it across as if I'm doing an upside down shear cut. And now I want to get rid of this. I want to get rid of a lot of this bulk. I could do it with the spindle gouge. Actually, I could go step by step by step like that. But it's much easier to get more of this. And again, always use your body to make your cuts. Coming back, and I just pick up right by the edge here. And that last cut, I'm riding the bevel of that bowl gouge all the way down.
Whoa, ride that bevel.
And I don't want to go too far because I can catch this and it'll go over and spin and it could actually knock this off.
Don't go too far.
So this is the basic shape of the top of the top and the bottom of the top. better with it. And you want this like so. Then I move on. I want a little bit of a flat. So I go with the second one. And I'm just pushing it in and keeping it pushed in. And then the third one out near the edge, like so. And what we end up with was three,
Oh, wow, that
was
looks so
three
cool.
nice patterns.
Sorry.
So,
Could you hand me that block?
okay, now I don't do anything with those patterns. They're completely
A big
finished
one.
as far as I'm concerned.
Rectangle.
And again, you can see the reason why we use the very hard maple,
Rectangle.
because you don't get any fuzz or any tear out on it. It's just the best wood I've found to make these tops. Push one, 1,400 to do the texturing. I'm going to slow the lathe down to about 1,000 to do the coloring, and that's so that it doesn't going on smoothly and cleanly because I did the sanding. And I'm going to do the same thing on the back side. I'm going to color the three patterns. Okay, those patterns are done. And then I'm going to take my darker color, use the lighter color first. And with the darker color, I'm going to do the smooth part. Now this is a very smooth area. Again,
That's cool.
because I rode that bevel down the way I wanted to. Didn't have to do any sanding. You never want to have to do any sanding with these, especially if you're making a lot of them. I'm going to do the same thing on the back. This handle is going to be about three quarters of an inch long. And what I want to be sure of when I do my last pass here, that I ride that bevel all the way down. And start my turn right there. That's going to be the top of the top. So you can see that again, by riding that bevel down, I get a nice smooth finish on here, and that's going to take the coloring very nicely. Again, I turn this down to about 1,000 again, and we're going to do the coloring. And this time, use the white, and I'll just start this orange up here. And I'm just going to push it across like so. And what I'll have is I'll have a little bit of a nib on the end. Just take the sandpaper like so. Now you can just sand that and leave that like that, or you can take your coloring and mark it like this.
Look how pretty.
Kind of just rub it with my fingers so that it kind of blends in. And then it's almost finished. The reason I say it's almost finished, top on it, do the outside of that, little tiny little fingers, wet little fingers, don't cause any running. And it also puts a nice little shine. Puts a nice little shine on it.
All right. Now that's pretty impressive, huh? Hey, you know, he's always got a good excuse when Bobby says, "Where you going?" "Oh, I'm in the shop, honey," and always comes back with something magical. I have one of after he retired from the library, I have the honor of having Pat's very first project, wood project he ever made here, and everybody can see that. Look at that beauty. That was his first, and then later on he topped it off. He made one even twice as big. So I've got his first two
I think
projects.
they were round first, right?
Well, no, he's gone on to make
Now he's gone to round.
gone around. So anyway, well, thank you, Pat. Your skills are exemplary, and don't try that at home either. Now, Kathy, pardon me?
Send me a lathe.
Now, Kathy has done a great job of showing us a new angle on her. We know her as a hard charger, and yet there's a soft side to Kathy Gordon, and she does major works of art between the lines.
Hey, it's Kathy, Rotarian, realtor, coach, and what you don't know about my hidden life is I'm also someone who colors. I didn't think I would. I started it out as just a way to kind of lose myself, and I got lost in it. I do use coloring books, mostly of pretty famous pictures. So I'm in competition with some pretty famous artists. And it isn't as easy as you think. In fact, I've set it up so I can take you through step at a time.
Oh.
Here we have my assortment of coloring books. We also have the environment. Environment's very important for the artiste. So this is in my office.
Look at the dog.
Comes complete with a cute little dog, but it's in the corner. And so we have all the accoutrement. And I have 3 coloring books that I typically use. Vincent van Gogh being the most challenging, Color the Classics, and Art Masterpieces to Color. And so hold on and I'll show you how it works. From one of my books, I select a picture and I rip it out and then cut off the top to make it look good. And then I go into Google and I Google the picture. This one is a Manet, a bar at the Folie Bergère. Sounds like fun to me, 1881. So I have the picture to use as a guide. I then have pencils. Let me turn this light off, it's a bit much. The light is important though. It'll come back later. I have lots and lots and lots of good Prismacolor pencils. And what I've done is I have selected out the ones that I'll use to get that picture started. I also have my second pair of glasses, which is up close work glasses, so that I'm really focused and able to be precise and not draw outside the lines. Sometimes the dog leaves.
Leaves.
I have the pictures next to each other, next to my chair, with a really intense light because it's really detail work and I'm old. A lot of the fun is to hang up my work when I'm done. You know, kind of like the kids and when you do it on the refrigerator when they're in kindergarten. But the detail work, I think you can see in some of the pieces that I've done, where there's a lot of color blending that goes on.
Look at that.
And a lot of facial. The faces are the hardest part.
Those are all the individual colors.
And this Lautrec with the blue-faced girl. I think that one of my very favorites is this girl reading. I have made them as gifts. This is actually a yet to be framed very late Christmas gift for a friend. And so it's a lot of fun. It also takes me totally out of myself. I totally zone out. It refreshes my brain. It uses a completely different part of it. And I have given them as gifts. That one is a Christmas gift. I've given birthday presents and Christmas presents before. It's a lot of fun. And I don't have to create the shapes. I just have to work it and use the colors. It's a lot of fun. Thanks for letting me share. If this is a crazy but good idea. And see you guys on Saturday night.
All right.
What did I
She's right. It's very meditative and it's a good mindfulness thing to do. Absolutely.
Well, when you're a type A personality like Kathy, this is what you use to keep you from.
She's showing.
And this is what I've done with the one that was blank on Tuesday when I made the video. So.
Oh, wow. Kathy, that is really neat. I like that.
Well, she's one Rotarian who won't worry about going postal. She always has a way of centering herself. So that's awesome.
Unlike the rest of us.
That's not true. That's not true.
All right. Now, next up is my little girl, Meredith. She's wearing, she has a whole great a set of Rotary apparel. We had Mads, who was our Brazilian Rotary exchange student who lived with us last year. When she flew home, she couldn't take everything. And so she left most of her clothes for Meredith to wear. So she's very stylishly dressed in Brazilian wear. And now she's going to play a little tune from called Caitlin Smile. Pick it up, Meredith. Faster, faster. All right, you get the idea. So she is leaving us very shortly. Got into William and Mary, and but before she goes, she's going to spend a year in Prague, and we're kind of worried about her there because she is kind of fixated, thanks to so many Disney shows, of marrying a European prince, and so there's a number of guys she has her eyes on, and I'm afraid she may not come back from Prague. It's
He's actually really is afraid of that.
well, yeah, I mean, you know, she's an attractive personality, and I don't see why these guys wouldn't find her. And, you know, a guy in a uniform, there's something about a guy in a uniform. So she is singing a song that from a Walter Hill movie called Streets of Fire. And she just wants to let you know that she's looking for a boy. It's one of my favorite songs, and she's just going to build it out for your entertainment. We don't have a microphone, but we have a really nice hairbrush.
My name is Meredith Andrews. This is my audition to be on The Voice. Tonight is what it means to be young, people. I've got a dream about an angel on the beach and the perfect waves are starting to come. His hair is flying out in ribbons of gold and his touch has got the power to stun. I've got a dream about an angel on the forest enchanted by the edge of a lake. His body's flowing in the jewels of light and the earth below is starting to shake. But I don't see any angels in the city. I don't hear any holy choir sing. And if I can't get an angel, I can still get a boy. And a boy would be the next best thing to an angel. A boy would be the next best thing. That's better. I've got a dream about a boy and a castle, and he's dancing like a cat on the stairs. He's got the fire of a prince in his eyes and the thunder of a drum in his ear. I've got a dream about a boy on a star looking down upon the rim of the world. He's there all alone and dreaming of someone like me. I'm not an angel, but at least I'm a girl. I've got a
Well, you get the idea. She's only president of her Interact Club for another week, and then she can't be in the talent show. But she is pretty boy crazy, as you can see.
Very talented, very talented.
All right, now our mystery performer is back with Dang Me, another G-rated Roger Miller classic. And after this, you should be able to guess who our mystery Rotarian is.
Sitting high, getting ideas, ain't nothing but fool to live like this. Out all night and running wild, woman sitting home with a month-old child. Dang me, they ought to take a real bad hang me. High from my highest tree. Whoa, with the rest of the guys, 6 rounds bought, I bought 5. And I spent the groceries and I had to rent like $14 up 27 cents. So dang me, they ought to take a rope and hang me. I'm from the hottest tree. Whoa, but you weep for me. Roses are red, violets are purple, sugar sweet, so is maple syrup. I'm the seventh out of 7 sons. Pappy's pistol, I'm a son of a gun. Well, dang it, down to the room and hang me. I'm on the highest tree. Woman, would you weep for me?
Well, as you can see, this is giving Jim Carmel to run for his money. He'll be back here shortly, but I'm entertaining guesses who this is. Which Rotarian is this?
Kathy seemed to know the words.
Yeah, Kathy, no? All right, who's got a guess? Anybody?
Rick Andrews.
No, not me. I don't have any talent. All right, Sharon,
I know better than that.
Sharon, you guess. You always have ideas. Can't hear you, Sharon. Do I have to unmute her or something?
No, she should unmute herself.
Oh, she's on her own mute.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said I have no idea.
All right.
Maybe you turn it upside down. We can figure it out.
Oh, wow.
Let's see. All right. We're moving on then. No ideas. Now let's talk about, you listen to this and believe me, you will be speechless. You think of her as this mild-mannered, State Farm agent who runs the top agency in Old Town. This Angwin is going to blow you away with Speechless from Aladdin, a little song that I'm sure she enjoyed back in her early Vietnam days.
Here comes a wave meant to wash me away, a tide that is taking me under. Swallowing sand, left with nothing to say. My voice drowned out in the thunder. But I won't cry, I won't start to grumble. Whenever they try to shut me and cut me down, I won't be silenced. You can't keep me quiet. Won't tremble when you try. All I know is I won't go speechless. Let the storm in. I cannot be broken. No, I won't live unspoken. 'Cause I know that I won't go speechless. Try to lock me in this cage. I won't just lay me down and die. I will take these broken wings and watch me burn across the sky. Hear the echoes saying I won't be silenced. Do you want to see me tremble when you try it? All I know is I won't go speechless, speechless. 'Cause I breathe when they try to suffocate me. Don't you underestimate me? 'Cause I know that I won't go speechless. All I know is I won't go speechless, speechless.
Oh, awesome.
Wow.
Oh, and if that State Farm insurance gig doesn't work out, you should really go into the singing thing. Man, oh man.
I wish. I tried American Idol, it didn't work, and then I became a State Farm agent. So, but thank you.
That was your fallback. Successful business person.
Right. Well,
Fallback career.
your little girl doesn't look like she has her fever anymore. Is she feeling okay?
She's feeling a lot better. Thank you.
Oh, man. Now, you can see why I moved this to later in the show. I had the people hang on for the good stuff. And that was really awesome. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
And now the mild-mannered Scout executive, Jeff Thomas. Now, this is a man who is showing a side of him that I was unfamiliar with, and some of you may have been as well. He is a hypnotist extraordinaire, and here he's going to introduce his act to you, and we're going to see some of this stuff that will literally blow your mind. So, Jeff, take it away, buddy.
Good evening, fellow Rotarians. This is Jeff Thomas. Before I worked in Boy Scouts, I used to own 2 hypnosis clinics in Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Wow.
My side gig and true profession became doing comedy stage hypnosis shows. Now a father-son business. It's called A Mind Works, and we tend to do a lot of nightclubs, college sports enhancements, and our favorite, high school proms and graduation, especially now that school's back open. The attached YouTube is a sample of a nightclub that we did one Halloween. To set the video up, we have 4 guests that have been hypnotized. The first guest knows one word, pepper. That's it, pepper. No matter what the question is, the answer always is pepper. Well, the other lady, every time she hears the word pepper, naturally, she sneezes. And the more she hears the word pepper, the worse her sneezes get. Well, unfortunately for the lady on the end, every time someone sneezes, somebody mysteriously pinches her butt. She doesn't know who, and she's getting really, really irritating because somebody just keeps pinching her butt. And then there's the guy in the middle. The guy's oblivious. This is the funniest thing he's ever seen. It's hilarious. He can't tell you why, but he's just having a great time watching all this antics go on. And as you will see, it gets crazy. Now, the second part of this video is the most dangerous thing you can do in hypnosis. What this is called catalepsy. And catalepsy will push the power of the human mind and push what you're about to see. There are no props. This is very real. This is very dangerous. In fact, insurance companies won't even let us do this in our act anymore, and you will see why. So as you're about to witness the power of the human mind and how a mind works. Enjoy the show.
Nice.
All I can think when I hear Jeff speak is, who needs 2 hypnotist shops in Virginia Beach? You need one on the north side, one on the south side to kind of cover the market. I mean, seems like I would be willing to drive across Virginia Beach if I need to be hypnotized. But anyway, here we go. This is the lady on the left is the one who is feels like she's been pinched. And the lady on the right is just knows that one word, pepper. When she says that, this other lady just starts sneezing. And this guy in the middle just thinks this is hysterical. These poor people, I just think once you're hypnotized and somebody calls fire, who's around? Who's going to be around to like unhypnotize them?
It's a show.
I don't know. These are things I'm going to ask Jeff about. Here we go.
And what's your name? Where are you from?
I'm from Norfolk.
Okay. And now, where are you from? Excuse me? Is that Pepper, Virginia? Excuse me. You okay? Need tissue? Is it allergy season? What's that?
Sneezes.
Sneezes? You okay? What's so funny? What's the deal? Am I missing something here? All right. So, and your name is? Pepper. Your name is Pepper? And you're from where?
Look at that poor lady getting up. She keeps jumping up because she's been pinched on the butt and she doesn't even know where it's coming from. This is crazy. Unbelievable. Nope, I gotta go back. I gotta go back. No, wait a minute. You're panicking me. Let me get over here. Let's go. Back to the, thank you.
You okay?
Let's get over there.
There we go.
Am I missing something here? And your name is? Pepper. Your name is Pepper? And you're from where? What was your mom's name? Is that a family thing? Is that like, what's the family name? You need to sit down like for the duration of the show here. Okay? What's going on? Who's pitching our butt? Yeah. You know who's pitching the ball?
What do you say?
Beats me.
Well, I'll tell you what. There's only one way to stop it. Sleep.
All right, so this is amazing. We're going to see some more of his acts coming up here, and but we're going to see some sports now. The sport of skiing with Marita Alabaster, and she is up in Breckenridge. And I don't know which is cooler, watching her technique, or the poor person has to ski, watch her film her.
Wow.
Pretty impressive.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Nice job, Marita.
Wait, applause for the other guy,
right.
and then we're gonna get back to him.
We're getting back to Jeff. Okay, now we have a word from our sponsor, and our next big event is the Alexandria Rotary Club having its Flags for Heroes, which is coming up on July 27th over at Cedar Knoll. This is a big opportunity to honor our fallen and also to raise money for these good causes. So here it goes. And to kick it off, we were going to use Lee Greenwood to sing, but we have royalties to pay, so Jim Carmelt stepped in to lead the song. Here you go. Come on, Jim.
Howdy, folks. John Mormon requested this song, so at great expense, I went out and purchased the music and the sheet music. It's not in my repertoire, but I'm going to give her a try. So I hope you enjoy. If tomorrow all the things were gone I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my doggies and my wife, I'd thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA. Well, there's pride in every American's heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the U.S.
Very nice,
Jim!
All right.
Jim, thanks for doing that. That was one of my dad's favorite songs.
It sounded great, Jim.
Yeah, wow.
It did. It worked out perfect with the video.
Yeah, and the video was all thanks to Sharon Meisel. Okay, now.
All those who participated.
Yes, and President John and Lizzie are back. Mo money, mo problems. Hey, John,
I think he was showing her up a bit. I think she had to stop. She couldn't believe the moves.
I think she's embarrassed when he busts a move as wide as that. That's something. Look at that poor girl.
Lizzie looks like Elizabeth Moss. Anybody notice that?
The Handmaid's Tale.
Right?
Oh,
Lizzie, you're gorgeous.
yeah.
I'll always remember our Meals on Wheels gig.
That's right. She got it all from her mom's side.
Well, that goes without saying.
Now, Jeff is back with this body catalepsy. This is the thing that he can't get insured anymore, and I have to skip along a little bit, but it is really something to watch this poor woman be transformed into a plank. Let's see, wait a minute. Oh, there he goes. There, he's gonna get her all locked up and firm.
Wow. Yeah, I doubt she has this kind of abs.
The power of everybody's human mind. On the count of 3, your eyes will open, you'll be loose, so limp, so relaxed, all those muscles feel so good. Deeper and more relaxed than ever before. 1, 2, 3. Eyes open. How do you feel, dear?
Loose. Oh man, if you ever sat at table 2 with Jeff Thomas.
Wow. Because you couldn't plan that. I mean, I don't know anyone whose abs could do that.
No, just don't. So everybody says you're getting sleep, you're getting sleepy. I bet your gaze. Look away from him.
Don't look to the light.
Now, direct from Tennessee, Eileen Longstreet is telling a story from her life. And some of us wonder, hey, Eileen, what's happening in Tennessee? Well, here's a little slice of her life. Come on.
I think she's dead.
No, she's coming. Come on, Eileen. Where are you, honey? Uh-oh. Cannot play media. All right, let me switch to it real quick. I will pull
We got
her.
backups.
We'll get to a backup here really fast. And then pull her up in a jiffy. Come on, Eileen. I've got you here. I don't know.
I laid that egg in the background.
The what?
The what?
I laid the egg in the background.
It's a candle, it looks like.
No, it's an egg.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was given to me after a different performance.
Oh, it's you. I didn't know who was speaking. I thought somebody said I like the egg in the background. So. It's pretty.
Let's see.
What kind of a performance?
Here we go.
Okay, can they see that?
Oh, hello, boys and girls. It's so nice to see my fellow Rotarians, even though I can't see you at all. I'm so glad to be with you tonight, calling from the deep, dark South. I don't think my accent has changed a lot. If anything, it's improved, don't you think? Well, I was asked to weigh in tonight and perhaps give you a little vignette about my life. I recently turned 76, and that's pretty old, I think you would agree. So I decided it was time for me to schedule an exam. Well, schedule it I did. I was in the doctor's office, and as he was listening to whatever he was listening to inside my body, he said, "What day is it?" So of course I responded, "What day is it?" He said, "What day is today?" And I said, "Well, it's the day after yesterday." Okay, what was yesterday? The day before today, I said. What is tomorrow? He said. It's the day after today. I give up, he said. What year is it? What year is it? You don't know what year it is? Well, I'm getting a new doctor. Just a passing thought. Do you know what they call a gathering of seniors? An organ recital.
No! Oh, that's classic Eileen. I love it.
We miss you, Eileen.
That's our Eileen. Oh, we miss you.
Did you like my Southern accent?
Yeah,
That was awesome.
absolutely.
Oh,
You
that's
perfected it.
Give Stewart a run for his money.
all right.
I thought those were all the players on Farrell and Maury's baseball team. Yesterday, today.
All right, now we're on to our favorite.
Oh, they do. Look at the outfits.
Dancing Hartleys, and do a quick costume change. You can see this is where Paul starts floating through the air, and in his lederhosen. So it's pretty cool. I don't even know if that's called lederhosen, but he can
He's
correct
like the
me.
word.
It's called Scottish dancing. I don't know.
Scottish.
Paul, you there, buddy?
Scottish.
Yep. Okay. Here we go.
You gotta spit.
Hit it. The cutest couple in all of Rotary.
They are. Yeah. So the woman has to take like 3 times as many steps as the man.
Yeah, but she's not wearing high heels this time, though. It's easier. Maybe. No Ginger Rogers Act. All right. Well, you know, as master of ceremonies, I have a fair amount of leeway on the acts that I can bring in and leave off the show. So I actually brought myself in here, not having any particular talent for talent show. I do shoot archery and have my whole life as my family, my dad, my grandfather. So I had this really kind of cool video to share, and I just, whoops, let me go back and just share that with you. It's shot at my when I was training last year for the national championships, and it was I shot at my sister-in-law and brother-in-law's farm up in the Hudson River Valley of New York. And if I can just get back to where I want to be, come on, play, baby, play. Where did you go? Okay. Come on, baby. Let's go to this. Go back one. Are we freezing
Start
up?
from beginning. Let's play from this.
Let's see, this thing's frozen right here. I got to get that to release. Okay, let me go back to this and play. All right, now she should do it. Come on, let's go.
This is really cool, y'all.
This is having fun with the drone. This is the beautiful land up there in the Hudson River Valley. Those are the Catskill Mountains in the distance. And this is where I was training during the summer.
Wow, that's beautiful.
They converted a barn that I lived in that. In the silo. At 70 meters, that's the Olympic distance.
Are they all in the gold, Rick?
Look at the drone on the left there. Then I attached an arrow to the drone and I shot the drone at the target. I had a little fun with this one. Anyway, we're getting ready for the national championships here. And so this was some footage coming up here from that. Yes. Practicing in the hotel room. A lot of rain. That's when I won the state outdoor archery championships. That's the North Carolina championships. And then this is my dad shooting as a kid and his dad. And then I was started off at a young age. There's me in high school shooting and college shooting, later life shooting. and then getting the kids involved. There's Kendall shooting with me, and Meredith shooting, and my wife, and the girls, and Meredith.
Wow.
And this is when I won the state indoor championships. And there's Kendall. She won her division in state championships. And that is my talent, the sport of Olympic archery. All right. Now, this one is absolutely hysterical. Jeff outdid himself on this one. This is the bunny hop. And what you're looking for in this is that he has hypnotized these kids that they each have a bunny, an imaginary bunny that they're very attached to. They've also been glued to their chairs, and their chairs have been glued to the floor. And as upset as they get, they cannot get out of their chairs later on when he's told they're glued. And then he starts abusing these imaginary bunnies, and they freak out. It is unbelievable. Annandale High School.
What's your bunny's name?
Princess Bella.
Princess Bella.
Her bunny's sleeping.
What color is Princess Bella?
Purple.
Purple. Wow. Hey, that's just a
No, she's just that way.
just two bunnies.
Okay, now this is where he,
Right here in a row, nice and safe, okay? Right here in a row, so everybody can see the bunnies. They're all down there. Easy, easy, easy. There you go. Bunnies all stay. Okay, they're staying. You guys talk them well. Okay, let's go back to your chair. Come on, go back to your chair.
now when they go to their chair and they get glued, he's going to abuse their bunnies, and it is sad to watch what happens to the hypnotized teenagers.
We're taking everybody. But certain bunnies know how to fly. Anybody want to see the bunny fly? One.
That's awful.
Only 4 of the kids got PTSD out of it. Just, grab him by the ears.
I'm not going to go Princess Isabel. Well, just gently pick her up by the scruff of the neck, okay? Because that's another way that you can carry puppies. You may not know that. Bunnies tend to be kind of athletic. We've all played. Who's here played football?
Oh no.
So you've heard pigs getting right?
Oh no.
Oh,
Don't do it, Jeff. Jeff. Oh!
Wait for it. Wait for it. Say pretty, please.
I can only stand so much of that torture. I've only seen this 14 times. All right, we're moving on.
Is there a happy ending?
There is no happy ending. Let's see, the happy ending is our Paul Anderson, and he's rather curious. Hey, have you met Mrs. Jones? Uh-oh. Yeah. Look at that self-satisfied look. There's a man who knows he's got talent. Nicely done, Paul. Thank you very much. Now, our next act, we're winding down to the end here, and I hope our president, John Mormon, doesn't mind me telling a story out of school here about that I heard. But this is a story about a talking dog. You know, John and his daughter Lizzie were driving in. It was a couple early in the spring, driving through Lorton, and passed a sign in the front door. The front yard said, "Talking dog for sale, $10." And Lizzie made them stop, and they ran up and knocked on the door and asked the man if it was true that they actually had a talking dog, and he was indeed only $10. Well, the dog owner said, "Yeah, the pooch is out back. You can he'll speak for himself." So they went back around into the backyard. The dog is just sitting there, and Lizzie says to the dog, he says, "Excuse me, but can you speak?" And to their amazement, the dog replied, why, yes, I can." And then that's when John said to him, he asked him about his life, and he then asked him how this came to be. And so the dog told him, he said, "Well, you see, when it was determined I indeed could speak and understand human language, the government took me and placed me in the service of our country. I was used by our State Department and placed in overseas assignments in a variety of embassies. I was able to foil many plots to harm the country and capture spies and other evildoers because people never questioned saying things in the presence of a dog. I operated in the Soviet Union all throughout the Eastern Bloc. I was a government agent and very valuable. I served our country for 10 years. But as you know, that's the equivalent of 70 human years. So I was faced with mandatory federal retirement. And I returned to my owner, and I've been working part-time at the TSA, listening in on what's going on there and reporting back to my TSA handlers. But yeah, that assignment's coming to an end, and I'm spending my years in the backyard, and my owner doesn't want me anymore." Well, John Mormon was just blown away, and Lizzie said, "Can we have the dog, Dad?" And they walked back to the front of the house. They knocked on the door again, and the owner answered, and John said, "Hey, I just went back and talked to your dog. Are you seriously going to sell him for just $10? I listened to his story, all the things he did overseas for our government, capturing spies, foiling plots against our country. How can you sell him for only $10? Well, the owner replied, "Well, because the dog's a liar. He didn't do any of those things." All right. That was, sorry you don't mind me telling a story about you and Lizzie, John. You may have told me that in confidence, but I think it was a tale.
Very funny.
Now, you always want to end on a high note, and Shanaz is always known to all Rotarians as by far our most degreed, the most aptitudes, the most talents. I mean, she has over 42 advanced degrees, and she's a poet and written some amazing stuff. In fact, while she was digging for some of her amazing stuff, she actually wrote some poetry for us, asked her to perform it, but she instead said, "You know what, let me show you some of my artwork." And so that is going to be a treat. Did you know the kind of artist this woman is? This is some of her landscape. This is part of her studio, and she's doing some work here in oils. And here is, now, Shanaz, can you tell us what this painting is and what how you came to do this work. I know most of your work you donate for good causes. What is this about? Shanaz, dear?
She just went to the bathroom, Rick. Come on.
I don't even know if she's online anymore. She may have
It
just.
says it there.
She's there. Well,
we'll have to ask her about it when we're all together.
we'll ask later, but she has done some amazing, beautiful work. And
I love that. Look at that.
She doesn't keep much of it. She donates it for good causes. But as you can tell, this woman.
We'll have to hit her up for the Taste for Giving next time for the silent auction.
Yep.
So way more than
Shanaz, you're missing your moment in the spotlight. Now, Denny wants to humor us with some really bad dad jokes and puns. And when you've had enough of it, I will move forward. Denny, share.
I think I'll bore you with a little bit of lexiphile humor, also known as puns.
Lexiphile.
Or bad dad jokes. Here we go. Venison for dinner again? Oh dear. How does Moses make tea? He brews it. England has no kidney bank, but it does have a Liverpool. I tried to catch some fog, but I missed. They told me I had type A blood, but I was a typo. I changed my iPod's name to Titanic, and now it's sinking.
Okay, that's this goes on a long time, and if any of you want to hang around later, we can run the other 42 minutes. So right now, we're going to have a little ABBA and Dancing Queen, where once again, after those first two, we got this is short and sweet. Ready, Lizzie? Hit it.
Anybody could be that guy.
Oh, that's wonderful.
John's a lot more serious than that one. Nicely done, buddy. Nicely done. All right. Now, this was a challenge getting Kaz Hobbs together, and he's such an affable guy, and he really wanted to participate, and we were going to do some editing and challenges, and just couldn't pull it together. And I thought, we should probably just do Kaz Hobbs stories, but they're legend. But as it is, we're running out of time, so we're going to move on to that. And also, we've got a number of forgotten Rotarian stories, which I am going to have to use for our next talent show because we're running out of time. We are, however, coming to the very end where it has to do the famous Boeing aircraft, the 707, that helped usher in the jet age. And Roger Miller is singing Boeing, Boeing, and the 707. And our last chance to guess the mystery performer.
Is it Charlie Ballou?
You'll find out. So expressive.
Destination deplane slowly to this, do that, I comply. God bless Orville, God bless Wilbur.
That's absolutely John Mormon.
I second that.
It is his lips, though. Aren't they pretty?
Gorgeous.
Very
He
full.
should have been a girl.
All right, last guesses here of who our mystery performer is. Okay. Hey, Shanaz, you missed your art show. We're very disappointed.
They were beautiful.
I had to go break my fast.
Okay. Well, it was we'll ask you questions about it later. Okay, here
We
we
showed
go.
all the pieces. They were just beautiful. Thank you for sending them.
All right, here's the first hint on our performer. This performer was tied directly with Braniff International, that run and go airline of the 60s and 70s. And this person was a flight attendant.
Sharon.
Sharon!
Yay!
Now, I asked Sharon for a peek underneath the kimono.
Oh, you can't show underneath the kimono.
She shared it with me, and this is the trick. This is the creature from the Middle Earth. Ready to see how it's done? There it is. She's wearing a burqa, and then upside down burqa, and oh, there she is.
Fabulous.
How's that for an act, huh, ladies and gentlemen?
Sharon, I apologize for guessing John Mormon. You're much better looking than John.
Where did you start this? Where did you come?
Thank you. We used to do this as kids. We'd hang our heads over the bed and put something over our face, and then we just talk and we just laugh for hours. I mean, it's just a lot of fun. So that's my talent, folks. Sorry.
It's very entertaining.
I bet when you flew Braniff on those long hauls, you know, people loved you putting this little act on when you're coming down. Coffee, tea, me.
Especially the oxygen demonstration.
Yeah, I bet you recite how to work a seatbelt in your sleep.
Yeah, right.
Put your own oxygen mask on first before helping.
Right. That's a common misunderstanding. Now, Sharon had shared.
Insert the metal tab into the metal clip.
Now,
you can take that picture off now.
Sharon has brought us a great showstopper, and this is what we're going to end with tonight. And this is the cathedral in Barcelona, which is called the what, Sharon? The
Cathedral in Barcelona.
The cathedral in Barcelona.
But they've been building this cathedral for 115 years, and it's still not finished yet. It's the last cathedral on the planet being built. May not ever build something like this again. And they're performing Amazing Grace, which was written by a man who was a slaver, ran a captain of a slave ship, and he came to conversion and became an Anglican priest and wrote Amazing Grace and 220 other hymns that many we would be familiar with. And he lived,
fought for abolition.
and he lived long enough, as he fought for abolition, lived long enough to 1807 for England to ban the slaving world, slavery. And he wrote this song, Amazing Grace, in, I believe, 1887. And it is an amazing song that Sharon's sharing with us. Just watch the choreography and the music in this incredible cathedral in Barcelona. And she stands there on that riser. She sings this in Moor, Northern African language, M-O-O-R.
Eu fui pra cá, bem forte. Farei que la buscou, senza capo, io ti amore.
Beautiful.
That's our show.
Great job, Rick.
Well done, Mr. Anderson.
Fantastic,
Rick,
fantastic.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rick.
Everybody, that was
I got
good.
1 year to think about what to do next year. Plan submissions.
Yeah, John was suggesting we do this once a month, and I said, you know, you don't have that much talent to go around. I mean, barely talented. Next thing you know, Maury's going to show slides from his trip to Egypt or something, you know?
Well,
No, they were all
for one
great.
saw a side of John Mormon I have never seen before and would prefer not to see again. All right, you can give me one back. Go ahead.
Not all God's men have rhythm.
Oh, you know I love you. I love Lizzie more though.
Hey, John was excellent. He and Lizzie rocked.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul Hartley, how much dancing do you and your lovely wife do? Is this a pretty frequent affair? You guys get out on the cut the carpet on every weekend, or what do you do?
Well, during normal times when we're able to have rehearsals, our German Dance Club gets together every Friday night.
Wow.
And we are learning routines. You have to have fresh material because people like to see new things and see a bit of variety. And we're looking for once we can have rehearsals and not have to be wearing masks and so forth.
Oh,
It'll
yeah.
be really nice to be able to be back together again with the group. So this was
Hey,
fun.
Rick, congratulations, sir. You did a great job.
I was
This year too, Eileen.
we almost had
Yeah.
Lonnie do something. I thought he might maybe hit another hole in one or something for us. That was cool.
Yeah.
I wish
Well, I
I
want to let
could.
you know.
I wish I could hit another hole in one, but I'm happy I got one anyway.
You still got it in you.
Oh man.
Well, I don't know how many guests we had on here tonight, but my mom and sister from Texas tuned in, and my brother from San Diego tuned in. So we had a nationwide event tonight.
And my sister Holly down in North Carolina and her husband were watching, or still watching now, I think, on the big screen, watching all the talent we
My
have in
sister
our.
and brother and their little girls were watching for a while, but they had to get them to bed.
Great.
Up in Newburgh, they're watching. We had 39 acts today, and
Wow.
that was, I only had to cut 6 of them out for bad language and bad. When you're ready, I'll cut over to some of our Alexandria Symphony playing as we wrap up the evening. I got to finish my meal, and which we got halfway through.
Rick, thank you so much. You did an awesome
Rick.
job.
Yeah, thanks for pulling it together.
Really
Well done,
good.
well done, Rick. Well done, Rick.
Great fun.
Really good.
Miss your sense of humor, Rick. You were always the best.
Yep, you were.
I really appreciate when people say I have a sense of humor. I like my wife to hear that because she doesn't believe that. So.
Oh, you know, your family never appreciates you. My family doesn't laugh at anything I say. They just moan.
We all get the stuff that's been, previously tested on us.
All right.
Stuart, that
Yep.
England Swings was dedicated to you.
Ah, how nice.
I'll send you a copy.
But I enjoyed the show immensely. However, I have to say to all the folks who participated, don't give up your day jobs.
Oh,
Well, you got to join us next time.
Well, I'm here.
What do you do?
What do I
Nothing.
do?
Yeah.
I can play the fool.
Oh, well, okay.
Play the
We'll
fool.
put you on. That's great. Well,
So is Farrell still there? I want to know if Farrell is growing out his hair again.
No, he cut it.
Yeah,
Oh, he
we're
did?
trying to talk him into it.
All right.
His hair was great.
Janet, great job. Loved your grandchild, your son, and yourself.
That was great. It was all good.
Gant,
Okay,
you
gang.
still practicing?
Tuesday.
Gant, are you still practicing?
Oh, yeah.
You got it
Oh,
right?
yeah. I'm gonna get it right one of these days.
Good for you. I'm rooting for you.
All right. All
Good
right,
to
guys.
see everybody.
Rick,
All
thank
right.
you very much for organizing this. Great fun.
All right. All right,
Very
everybody.
good.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
All right.
This is that song. You recognize this?
Yes.
We're gonna end with this song here. Wait a minute, right there. I think this is a Civil War song. This was written for the Civil War series about 17 years ago. It's not actually from that era, but it was designed to sound like it.